Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Zoe. I'm from Britain. I used to be a high school teacher. So this was me in my classroom. As you can probably tell, I was a languages teacher. I taught French and German. But I wanted to change my career. I was really interested in how we can use technology for education. I really enjoyed using tech. I had all these ideas for projects I wanted to build, apps, websites for language learning, but also generally for any other kind of learning. And I got sick and tired of not being able to build them, so I decided to quit my job, come to Ironhack, and become a developer so I could build them. So that's what I'm aiming for. So one of the ideas I had, there are a couple of problems. So yeah, I was a language teacher, and British people, we're not very good at learning languages. Lots of you have probably come across British tourists. I'm sorry, yeah. And after maybe 5 years of high school, 5 years of learning Spanish, we can produce this. What's going wrong? Something's going wrong, so we need to work on our language learning. One way you can do that is through vocabulary. That's a really easy thing that you can do to improve your vocabulary, learn more words. Another problem, kind of unrelated to that, but which my idea solves both of them, is most of us play video games, right? They're great on your phone, on your console, on your computer, whatever. Most of us have probably at some point looked at that cumulative time that you have spent playing a game and thought, I could have probably done something better with those 36 hours of my life, maybe. Probably lots of you have experienced that. And you've probably also experienced, particularly with kind of casual gaming, like with kind of phone games. I don't know why they call it casual, because it's not casual, because you play it every day. These kind of things, you have daily rewards, you have a daily streak, you have bonuses, and you keep playing it every day, and you think, yes, just 5 minutes, otherwise it's going to reset to 0, and I don't want that. So there's this very addictive behavior that games have. Games designers have tapped into the psychology of what makes us do things repetitively. I would often find my students would come in to school and they haven't done the homework and they haven't learned the words for the test that I was setting them that day, but they did spend 4 hours playing Candy Crush. Good choice, okay. So I thought, okay, could I take that behavior, could I take whatever it is that makes you do that, and use that harness that power maybe for learning. So I came up with, first of all, the alternatives for language learning. There are things like Linguiscope, Vocab Express, great, but they're for young children. They're for learning the alphabet and the colors and the animals. Brilliant. You try giving that to a 16-year-old? No way. Also, lots of you have probably used Babbel or Duolingo to learn languages. Again, fantastic, but they're mostly for adults. The kind of language you learn there is so that you can go to Paris and buy a train ticket and order a beer. Great, but it's not really useful for kids who have to take an exam. In England, 16, you take an exam called the GCSE, and for that, per language, you have to learn 1,634 words, and I know because I have put them in my database. But they're not necessarily the right words in these projects. They also don't include that much of the gamification stuff. So although they may have games, but they don't necessarily harness that stuff that makes you want to come back and do it every day. So that's what I tried to do. So I came up with Linguathon. The idea is it creates 10-minute vocabulary challenges that you would do each day, because that's a really good way to learn something, 10 minutes, or a language anyway, 10 minutes every day, rather than the night before the exam, okay, I have 6 hours to learn French. So this is much better for your learning. I included daily challenges, streak bonuses, unlockable achievements, and I'll show this how they work, different question types, stats, and so on. And this is based on my knowledge of pedagogical theory for helping you learn. That's my idea. So I will show you how it works. And so this is the landing page. I shall log in. So your user page, I have the stats on here so you can see which words you saw most recently. I've just done this for German at the moment because I was going to lose the will to live if I added any more words into my database, but I'm planning to expand to French and Spanish soon. You can see the words that you know best. So this person, his top words, Juan's top words, die Sparkasse, stage 5, that means he's got it right 5 times. This one, schwatzen, means he's got it right 4 times. So you can see, okay, these are the words I know really well. You can also check your top topics and so on. Also, you can see what you need to improve. Juan has never got the word wie lang right, ever. So that's maybe something for him to focus on. Okay, I need to remember wie lang, I need to remember ernst, and so on with the topics. Part of the gamification as well, so we have this is your daily streak, so if you miss a day, if you don't train for a day, then it resets to 0, and you have your points. And you also have your trophy cabinets with like how many words you've learned, so there are these unlockable achievements. You know what it's like from playing Call of Duty or whatever, you like to unlock these achievements and so on. If you train for 2 days in a row, whatever. He's also got his stage 2, so he's managed to get to a word right twice, or he's managed to get a word right 5 times. So that's kind of your landing page, or your user page. You can also see the most recent training sessions. Okay, so you want to start a new training. And every day there's a different daily challenge. So you get triple points for a particular topic or a type of word or something. That's to encourage you to vary it so you don't always do the same thing. You could choose to train on any topic, a mixture, or maybe you have a test on leisure tomorrow, so you want to practice leisure. You could train a mixture of stages. You could train words you've never got right yet, or maybe you want to do words that you have got right a lot because you want a confidence boost, whatever. And maybe you want to focus on a type of word, or maybe not. So when you do that, it looks through the database and comes up with 10 words that fit your filters, the things that you've said. Juan hasn't been training for so long, so he hasn't seen most of the words, which is why it's coming up with most of them the words he hasn't seen yet. To demonstrate to you the different types of question, because there are easy types of questions for words you don't know so well, and they get more difficult. I'm just going to show you a previous session so you can see what it looks like. So this, because you can repeat trainings as well if you think it's a good group of words. So this type of training, if you have not got this word right ever or only once, you get multiple choice. It's also responsive, so you could see this on a phone. So it looks like that. It's designed to also be used on a phone. Does anyone got German? Anyone know this one? Okay, I'll give you this. It's der Tiefkühlschrank, and it'll tell you if it's right. So don't worry, I'm not going to do a test. If you have seen this word maybe a couple of times, you got it right. It's a bit harder. You have to type it in, but you do have help. You have the letters, but jumbled up. So you can do that. I've also included this, so if you have any of those annoying like umlauts, you can add those in as well, if you don't have the right keyboard. Yeah. So I'm just going to skip through these. So you get the idea, because obviously there's 10 of them. This one has a few. Okay, we have another one with the anagram. I think then towards the end, he's got this word right quite a few times. So this time you don't get any help. So it gets harder. The more times you've seen it, the more times you get it right, you're more confident, so you can do it yourself. And that's kind of how it works. And then finally, you will get the results. It calculates your score and shows you the breakdown of what you got right, and so on. So that is, pretty much how that works. This page is also responsive like that, so it's designed, for a phone. So that's pretty much this. And so quickly to tell you about my stack, this is what I used. So I'm pretty much the same as everyone with the Rails, Ruby. I deployed to Heroku. Devise was for my user authentication. My database is Postgres. And for the training, there's quite a lot of jQuery and Ajax, because I didn't want you to have to refresh the page, particularly if you're on a mobile. So it's kind of jQuery and Ajax for that. The things I'd like to do next, I'd like to add more languages. I want to do leaderboards and challenges, so you can challenge your friend to do something. I'm planning to build a shop so that the points at the moment, they're just points for the fun of having points, but I want to do that so you can spend them on maybe bonus multipliers, hints and stuff. I want new question types, maybe you could hear the word instead of reading it. And also optional notifications and reminders, hey, you haven't trained for 2 days, why don't you come and train? They would be optional because I know that's really annoying. So that's my idea. These are my contact details. It is deployed at Linguathon, so I'm hoping that it can be used. I'm planning to send it to my former school so that my students who will be taking their exams, who I used to teach, can hopefully use this. Yeah, and that is pretty much it. So.